WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Quentin Smith. A missing Itawamba County man is found dead in an abandoned well. Deputies make an arrest charging another man with capital murder. Our Allie Martin has more on this investigation.
Dylan Kaysen was reported missing by his family on Saturday. On Wednesday, Lee County deputies contacted the Itawamba County Sheriff's Department with a possible lead in the case.
This case got us there pretty quick.
Yeah.
It went from a reasonable suspicion to a probable cause to a search warrant real quick. It was just a matter of hours.
The tip led Itawamba County deputies to this property on Ritter Road. Investigators and a Tupelo Fire Department team found Kaysen under debris and water at the bottom of a 30-foot well. Sheriff Chris Dickinson says the suspect, 25-year-old Mitchell Schumpert, was already in custody at the property when Kaysen's body was discovered. Investigators believe Kaysen had been shot and robbery may be the motive. The sheriff says Schumpert lived in a trailer that's about 75 feet away from the well where Kaysen's body was discovered. Sheriff Dickinson says the victim and the suspect knew each other, and now investigators are trying to tie everything together.
We're working on the prior to what brought us to the crime. We need to understand every element of that to get us there. And then we have the actual crime itself. There's the forensics of that. And then, since we had a body that was disposed of, there is another part of an investigation that we have to do in that.
The sheriff says he should have more information to release on the capital murder case in a couple of days. In Itawamba County, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Sheriff Dickinson says he'll request that Schumpert be held without bond. Well, 4 Tishomingo County residents land behind bars after a multi-agency investigation uncovers an alleged methamphetamine operation. On Monday, deputies pulled over Daniel Smith for a traffic violation. According to investigators, a search of his vehicle turned up alleged meth. Deputies also found out Smith's home was under surveillance for alleged drug activity. Investigators got a search warrant for the home and an adjacent shop. They say that search uncovered about a quarter pound of alleged methamphetamine and containers of chemicals being mixed together to make the drug, along with drug paraphernalia and several guns. 4 people were arrested. Daniel Smith is charged with felony possession of meth, trafficking meth, and possession of 2 or more precursors. Michelle Gardner is charged with trafficking meth and possession of 2 or more precursors. Danielle Smith and Nathaniel Green are charged with felony possession of meth. Bonds range from $5,000 to $20,000. The Tishomingo County Sheriff's Department, Belmont Police, and the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics worked this case. West Point police arrest a woman after she allegedly hit an officer with his own flashlight. On your screen is 22-year-old SHAKIRYA Brooks. She is charged with aggravated assault on a police officer with a weapon. Police Chief Avery Cook says officers were called to a club that also serves food. It was around closing time, and cops were trying to get people to leave the area. Cook tells WCBI that a scuffle between Brooks and an officer that tried to arrest her. He dropped his flashlight, and that's when she allegedly hit the officer. Brooks has been released on a $10,000 bond. A Prentiss County family is asking for help finding a teenager who hasn't been seen since yesterday. 17-year-old Paris Hutcheson was last seen in the Marietta area on Wednesday night. She's 5'5" and weighs about 160 pounds. Hutcheson recently dyed her hair black and has blue eyes. If anyone has information on her whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Prentiss County Sheriff's Office. Mississippi State Police slammed the brakes on a parking attendant. Investigators say DARMETREUS LYONS was a parking attendant at a pay-to-park lot this past football season. Drivers were supposed to be using a card to park, but Lyons was allegedly taking money and then putting the cash in her pocket. She's now being charged with embezzlement.
Extensive cloud cover across our region this afternoon, but the rain has moved out. Our Louisville, Mississippi time lapse today shows a few breaks out there, but more clouds than anything else. A breezy afternoon with temperatures in the 40s. We have got low 40s out there, wind still about 10 miles per hour. The The back edge of the clouds up here across northwestern Mississippi. Let's go out to Helena, and you can see the Mississippi River Bridge there. Highway 49, you can see the clearing there. So that is what's coming our way later this evening. Mostly cloudy right now. During the evening, the clouds will gradually be thinning out. Temperatures will cool down into the 30s. When we wake up, the wind chills in the teens and 20s. We will be sunny, but it's going to be a chilly start to our day. A lot of sun, though, on Friday. Your full forecast coming up.
A warning status is still possible for people living near the Wcbi County Lake if the lake rises even a little bit. The rain is topping the water level off at what engineers say may become emergency level. This means people nearby will need to evacuate. Engineers and the emergency management director are constantly monitoring the water level and the dam. You may recall 3 weeks ago a slide was discovered and then another. The levee could potentially swamp nearby homes if it fails. The Red Cross Emergency Shelter remains open at the First Baptist Church Outreach Center in Starkville. The Wcbi County Humane Society will also help take in any pets. Wcbi County EMA Director Kristen Campanella has been working overtime to balance concerns in the dam area with those in other parts of the county affected by the recent rains and storms. She says the past few weeks have been a roller coaster for her and her team.
How this past 6 weeks have been is complete roller coaster. There's highs and lows, and then it's not just the dam. We have flooding issues all the way across the county. As we talked a little bit before, there's places that are flooding that's never flooded before. We always have our problem areas that the law enforcement know to go check first because, you know, those are going to be our first places to flood.
Floodwaters have several neighborhoods underwater and residents stuck inside their homes. Our Stephanie Poole goes into one of those neighborhoods to see how they're doing, and she joins us live in the studio with more. Stephanie?
That's right, Quentin. These people every day are saying waking up is like a nightmare. They can't see their street or even their mailboxes. All they can do is wait.
We were praying this wouldn't happen again, but here we are.
Everywhere Will Cooper looks, he sees water. Cooper lives in Pirates Cove, a highly flood-prone area in Lowndes County.
You can't even get to your house, and then, of course, with all this water, it's just it just makes it tough living.
Cooper says the water is 10 to 15 feet deep, and it's causing him and other folks to dust off their boats and canoes to travel outside their homes. And the flood waters are also affecting personal resources.
Our septic tanks don't work. You can't flush commodes, you can't take showers and baths. I can tell you this, it's kind of a depressing feeling to be in the house with 5 dogs that can't even, go out to use the bathroom. So it's pretty tough.
That's why neighbors are coming together, going door to door to check in on families who are still trapped inside their homes.
There she is. Everybody, they do pull together and they help, and we have all been to everybody's house getting everything out of the water and trying to move freezers, sofas, couches, everything from TVs to, you name it. And so the community does a great job, this neighborhood does a great job coming together and helping each other.
At least there's something going on today.
This year we didn't think it was going to be as high, so we didn't put stuff, as high, but yet here we are. So you're constantly moving things, so there's plenty to do.
In the meantime, the people that live in this neighborhood say they'll continue to pitch in supplies until the water goes down.
There's not much you can do. It's Mother Nature and God at work, and you just kind of sit back and take it.
Many people that live in Pirates Cove area hope the water will go down enough for them to return home on Monday and then clean up.
Thank you so much, Steph. Well, flooding issues aren't just happening here in Mississippi. Parts of West Alabama are also underwater. Floodwaters are forcing many residents in Pickensville to evacuate. On your screen are homes in Davis Landing, which is near the Tombigbee River. The only way to get in and out of the neighborhood today was on a boat. The Pickensville campground has now been closed due to the flooding. The state's top economic developers are in the area to see what's working and what can be done to make things better. We catch up with them when we come back.
You're watching WCBI News with Quentin Smith.
Welcome back. The Mississippi Economic Council tour is making its way through the state, and one of those stops were in West Point. Organizations around the Golden Triangle came together to discuss ways to build a better and brighter Mississippi. The council focused on strategies targeting workforce development, education quality, and the economy. Attendees even had the chance to pitch in opinions of how others view our state and how they can work to turn it around.
We actually poll the audience before we get into the program and get their opinion on a variety of things, from how they view our state's image to how they see others outside the state view it, as well as how they see the workforce and what things need to be taking place in terms of connecting the dots, if you will, between our educational institutions, both K-12, community colleges, and IHL.
And Tupelo is the next stop on the tour. Aliceville High School is celebrating Black History Month by honoring women who are making a difference in their community. The West Alabama school held a special program this morning. There were poems, songs, and words of encouragement from the keynote speaker. 10 women were recognized for their leadership and service in the community, and one of them being our very own Andrea Self. The Steelman College Choir also presented a mini concert featuring spirituals, gospel songs, and classical pieces. Well, turning our attention over to weather. Keith, tomorrow is the start of baseball. What kind of weather are we looking at?
Not springy.
Not springy.
Well, we will have some sunshine, Quentin, but it will be chilly. Jackets needed here. 40s the expected temperatures for the MSU game in Starkville. There will be a bit of a northerly breeze too. 30s by the mid-innings there in Oxford for the Ole Miss game. All right, so that's our baseball forecast. We still have some flooding. We still have some rain on the way. We'll talk about it coming up next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
The rain is now done. We have extensive cloud cover in the region right now. That will be clearing out later on today. Yesterday at this time at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon, we had a pretty gusty storm with heavy rain in Lamar County. Now we just have the clouds and northerly breezes ushering in some drier air. So no rain on radar. That's certainly good news. You can see the drier air building on in behind that wet weather we had over the last 4 days. 2 dry days in a row. Tomorrow 46, sunny and cool, 57 on Saturday. Nice and pleasant, but 2 dry days. Don't forget we have our preparedness tour. Let me back out. This is Starkville at Academy Sports. Saturday from 10 until noon, we'll program weather radios, talk about severe weather, swing on by. We'll give you a first alert pen if you want to say hello. River stages, very, very high. The Stanislaus Dam in Columbus flirting with 166. It's been slowly climbing here today. It's about at peak, and it will gradually be descending here throughout the course of the weekend. Now, I was just doing some quick math. It looks like we have 1.7 Olympic-sized swimming pools moving through the Stanislaus Dam in Columbus every second. Right now, the water is extremely high, but we do have improving conditions later this weekend there and along the Luxapalila. And also here at the Bevel-Locken Dam, very, very high right now. We should be below flood stage by Monday at some point. That's certainly good news. Things will be improving with these drier conditions coming our way. The Buttahatchee River near Aberdeen there, but along the Monroe-Lowndes County line, is always slow to get improvement there, and we will stay above flood stage through the weekend. Up in Amory, it's high now, but things will be improving as we get into your Sunday and Monday. And the Noxubee River at Macon staying above flood stage through the weekend and maybe as long as Tuesday or Wednesday. Right now we have temperatures in the 40s, low 40s and mid 40s out there, down into the mid to upper 20s here tonight. Clearing skies later on, wind chills by the morning, teens and 20s. Wow, look at this. Winter coats needed for the Friday morning commute. Sunglasses needed all day long Friday though. 46 degrees, bright sunshine. Let's play ball, right? Well, it's spring. Well, we're near spring, and it's going to be a winter-like day here. Spring baseball, I guess. But some of you across the north, only in the low 40s, farther south, mid-40s. It will be sunny, but at least it will be sunny. But the trade-off here, the fact that we'll stay on the cool side. We have high pressure building on in, so that will clear the clouds out tonight, and that will give us a great day for tomorrow. We're going to call it mostly sunny on Saturday, but there will be a little disturbance that will cross the region Sunday, so we will see more clouds, a chance for a few showers. I think the better odds of rain, you don't see it here, will be farther south across southern Mississippi and the Gulf Coast. So we're dry Friday and Saturday. A chilly night tonight, 20s. We should be in the 20s tomorrow night, too. And then we are back above freezing by Saturday night. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day. A few showers possible on Sunday, 59, 66 Monday. Areas of rain are possible. Rain and thunder likely here Tuesday before we'll cool down again for the middle of next week.
Keith, you know, the month of February is looked at as the month of love, because since we got Valentine's Day. But Mother Nature hadn't been showing us much love this month, has she?
Not this month, not last month. Yeah, it's been pretty active around here for weeks.
What do we got to do to change things, Keith?
Yeah, butter her up.
Let's get down on our knees and beg her, please.
If we got to do something, she's got to show us some love. But we do have some sunny days, at least 2 days.
Okay, well, we'll take that then.
That's all we got.
Thank you so much, Keith. Well, as Samuel Taylor Coleridge's famous line says, water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Well, that's ringing true for some Knoxville County residents tonight. The town of SHAKIRYA has issued a boil water notice for customers of its water system. A loss of pressure prompted the precaution. Water testing may be held up by Monday's holiday, so the boil water notice is expected to be in place for at least a week. Water customers should boil their water for at least 1 minute before use. We're 1 day away from the start of Bulldogs baseball. We'll check in with Chris Lemonis and company coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
The 2020 college baseball season is officially back. In less than 24 hours, Mississippi State will begin its road back to Omaha. The Bulldogs getting in some final preparation for the opening weekend series beginning tomorrow, taking on Wright State. Preseason polls and projections expect a lot from Mississippi State in 2020, but there'll be some new faces in key positions. For head coach Chris Lemonis and company, Lemonis is hoping to see some of the positives he's seen this offseason shine in the season's first weekend.
Man, I want to see good starts for our pitchers. I'd like to see our pitchers work into the game a little bit and give us good starts. See our offense do what they've been doing all year. I feel really good about our offense, but they got to do it in between the lines. And three wins, but just playing good baseball. And Wright State's a really good team, so you're gonna have to really compete and play each pitch.
First thing Lemonis is looking forward to this weekend, seeing how the pitching staff performs. Here's the starters for each game for the weekend series. The new Bulldog ace, JT Ginn, on the mound tomorrow. The stats you see based on 2019. The rest of the weekend, some familiar, some new faces. Redshirt freshman Christian McLeod will make his first appearance in the maroon and white on Saturday, and Eric Sarantola will get the start as the Sunday man in the rotation. Lemonis also saying that the Bulldogs will look to cycle through some guys in the bullpen, some new faces. They'll throw out some new arms. It's the first weekend of the season. They'll see who's got what when the bright lights turn on. Lemonis also saying today the pitchers will be held on a pitch count this weekend against Wright State as Bulldogs continue towards bigger things as the season gets underway. Speaking of JT Ginn, the Golden Spikes Trophy naming its preseason watch list. Starting pitcher JT Ginn and Justin Foscue listed amongst the 55-player watch list for the award. The Golden Spikes, basically college baseball's Heisman Trophy. It goes to the nation's top amateur baseball player. Ole Miss opening up the gates for fans to fill right field at Swayze Field. Some students were even staying overnight, battling through the rain to hopefully add their own showers during the baseball season coming up tomorrow. Ole Miss announcing back-to-back seasons of season ticket sale records. Rebels open its season against top-ranked Louisville tomorrow at 4. We caught up with the Rebels earlier this week on the matchup. Go over to our website, WCBI.com, for more. High school basketball divisional tournaments underway. Here's some finals from so far today. Newside girls defeat Manatee 71-42. South Pontotoc edges out Itawamba AHS 36-34. Houston defeating Oxby County 56-49, and Ripley defeating North Pontotoc 83-29. Those teams will advance to the division championships coming up tomorrow. We'll have highlights from up at ICC for the Region 2 4A tournament going on right now. We'll have those highlights coming up tonight at 10.
So we have opening day on Valentine's Day. Some would say that's lovely, but what's not lovely is that weather tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Bundle up.
Bundle up.
Get some hot chocolate. Enjoy the night.
All right. Thank you so much, Tom. We'll have a last look at your forecast when we come back. Having a few manners, escorting a lady to her seat, and dressing up can help you if you're looking for a Valentine. It's a lesson some youngsters are learning early. The Columbus Lowndes Public Library hosted its Valentine's Tea this morning. Mother Goose was there to show the little gentlemen how to escort the little ladies to their seats while dressing up for the occasion. The little Valentines also learned to put their napkin in their laps while eating the cookies and marshmallows that were on the menu. Mother Goose and the library have been hosting this event for more than 3 decades. And Tom, that's longer than both me and you've been alive, huh?
I guess so.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I was not expecting that out of that VO. But
Hey, so I remember Valentine's Day parties in elementary school, and it was always exciting because it was basically a free afternoon. You had schooling in the morning, then lunch, and then it was a party, right? Did you guys do that? Or am I like in my own little world?
Oh, yeah. No, you get the little notes that you would hand out to like everyone.
Yeah.
John did that.
I didn't get that. I missed that memo then.
Okay, well, that's what I
No
remember.
childhood for Quentin.
No childhood for me. But I did used to get the little letters. Will you be my Valentine? Check yes or no.
Did they?
Y'all didn't get those?
How many notes
Did they check yes or no?
They was asking me to check yes or no. I'll check yes.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in with us, everyone.